Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster. We are going to be trying once again with the Sawbones quest. We've swapped out the Tinkerer for the Plagueherald. Hopefully that's going to give us a little bit of an edge compared with what we were trying previously, because we have a lot of solid ranged attacks and things that we can do, applying poison, which is going to help when the enemy tries to heal. Hitting multiple targets with poison as well, potentially putting loads and loads of curses out on the enemies and still having some stun ability. This is going to be our real attempt to sort this out. Now, last time we did run into a little bit of trouble, and maybe even a bit of bad luck with the amount of healing that the enemy put out initially. It caused us to get into a bit of a death spiral. This time we'll see if we can hit them a bit faster and a bit harder. So, prison painting party one more time. Your journey to Blackrock Asylum is thankfully uneventful again. I mean, we basically never left. Sawbones, kill one elite monster. Yeah, that might happen. We'll go for Hunter. There's going to be a lot of elites on this. Plagueherald, loot no gold piles. That seems very likely. Sunkeeper, you can cause a trap to happen. And Soothsinger, you're not going to do either of these. Totally not going to manage it. But let's try and get this done. Now, because this is likely to be a longer one, I'm going to try and move a little bit faster with what I'm doing, so we don't end up taking quite as long over things. So straight away I want to get in with the enemy having disadvantage, so we're going to go straight in with disorienting dirge, and it would be good to get a disarm on both of these if we could, which would be throw voice. But even if I was here at 1, 2, 3, we're not going to be able to hit throw voice all that way. And throw voice is on the top anyway. So let's have a look at what else we could potentially do. We could do a minor attack with wistful wounding. We could move enemies around using throw voice, but that burns it. Maybe if we just start here and we go 1, 2, like get a little bit closer and get a curse out. Using tuning the outcome. Okay, we'll pick that. It's got a move, it's got a curse. It's pretty solid. Okay, over here we want to move straight in and get right in between these guys before any real trouble happens. So we're going to go righteous strength. No, we want defensive stance. So if we're going defensive stance, we could go cautious advance on the top. We're still effectively blocking from here, so that's fine. Sawbones, you've got nothing to do just yet. So let's say precaution. And we'll give the Soothsinger the medical pack card. And then I don't really like any of the other bits. Let's say triage, which we're... No, triage is our movement ability. Let's say regenerative tissue, and we're just not going to use it right now. Okay, which means on our opening salvo, this is range 3, 1, 2, 3, so we are not close enough to do a Nightmarish Affliction just yet. We can get closer, but to start off with, it's probably better for us to do a Paralyzing Bite. and just get a curse out. it would be good to get some poison out, actually, so we can start using Virulent Strain. Range 5, target 3, accelerated end. We can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can hit you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't hit anyone else. But that's a reasonable option. And then Virulent Strain to make him suffer more damage. It's an interesting idea. Yeah, we'll go accelerated end. And Virulent Strain. Alright, let's kick it off. Archer's going to come a little bit closer. It's going to shoot us. We're going to have to just take that on the chin. The others are moving around a little bit, but mostly this is a turn of annoyance. So there is an extra card. Enemies get disadvantage on their attacks. And we'll step to here. That's as close as we need to go. Just get a curse out on the enemy. Start the process off. Let's get all the defense on. And, well, Cautious Advance isn't really going to do us much benefit, but it gives us a bit of experience. Okay, accelerated end. Oh, you are so close, just not quite there. So we'll hit you two. Now this doesn't do any damage, but it does at least poison them. And I suppose we can hit the one in the back. You're going to be able to get close enough to do some damage. Misjudged the position ever so slightly. That is a solid hit. Okay, we have our first cultist out. So we need melody and harmony to happen. Let's get the shield on everyone. I need you to be in the middle of everything. So that's going to move you up quite nicely and get an additional shield. And we can Holy Strike to stun one of them. We could put on Scales of Justice and get all the Retaliate going. That's a smart choice. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are 6 away. So we need to move a little bit closer and then we can do Nightmarish Affliction. Creeping Curse isn't really going to cut it. I think we just use Epidemic to move. That's what we're going to do. And finally we can get the Sawbones moving. So triage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Bloody Saw, or I think amputate. Yeah. Triage and amputate. Go after the target. Armox Guard's doing not a great deal. Cultists coming a little bit closer. Archer potentially coming a bit closer. Bandit Guard doing some smacky smacks. Okay, Sunkeeper, get in the middle of this party. Permanent Retaliate. I don't mind that we're stuck in place. This is what we're here for. Okay, you've actually come close enough that we don't need to do more, but we could hurt ourselves in order to get a little bit more damage out on this guy. Don't think it's particularly useful for what we're trying to do, though. So we'll get 3 cursors out. Hey, look, we've got a nice stun over there. Yeah, wouldn't have really made a difference. We would have done 1 damage to each of these, but for the cost to us, not that useful. Let's step in just a little bit closer, just to give us a bit more access to other mobs. And we're going to step in on this guy. And give him a big solid hit. Right, let's major stamina potion. We will get back, I think, precaution and amputate, so we've got the option of going very quickly and doing high damage. Now, melody and harmony, let's get that going. Echoing aria is not really useful to us because all the enemies have already moved, so let's just back up a teeny bit so we're not in easy combat position. Okay. We want to go quickly. Defensive ditty, get that shield on everyone and follow it up with a singing arrow, I think. We could also do a heal on yourself. Soothing lullaby. Yeah, that's probably better. We want to try and go quickly, at least as quickly as possible, down here, so we keep drawing attention. Mobilizing Axiom is good. We don't have any adjacent allies, so we'll leave Empowering Command for now. So I think Lay on Hands just to pass the time. Now, down here, Creeping Curse, great choice. We'll be able to use that to step up. And we can do Fetid Flurry to get another curse out. So the 2 of them allow us to move after the Sunkeeper, which will hopefully keep us protected from attacks. Get a shot over here and step in and get another curse out. Down here, you are in need of some solid death. We could get Bloody Sore on him to do some decent damage. And then what are we going to do on the bottom? Don't think we need to stun him. I think we're probably fine with the extra shot that's going to be coming in from there. Maybe Blood Transfusion just as an extra safety precaution. Okay, let's do that. Okay, Archer is doing more traps. Cultist will try and summon Living Bones. So, Defensive Ditty. Everyone has at least a bit of shield now, and the enemy's at a disadvantage. We just need to keep on top of them. Love that little shield. Okay, mobilizing Axiom, may as well hit Ah, the cultist that we're right next to. He must be new. He's going to summon Bones, but that's fine. We can't move, so stay where we are. There's nothing to loot nearby. Sawbones. Start on the top just in case we roll high. We didn't. Let's just make sure he's gone. Awesome. 1 down, 7 to go. Which means you can be the target of Fetid Flurry. It's pretty good. It's not going to be enough for him to kill himself. Maybe I should have done Creeping Curse instead. No, because we want the extra curse by stepping up and doing this. Before we step up, he's only going to attack one person, so he's going to attack the Sunkeeper. But get the curse in. There's the retaliation just doing its thing. And the cursing helping us out quite nicely. Really nicely. Okay. No new cultists this turn. We have a nasty healer at the back that we're gonna need to do something with, and we've got a bit more in the way of threats over this side. So let's start at the back. Throw Voice will get some good disarms out. Singing Arrow will follow up and do a little bit of damage, and then following turn we can do Medical Pack and Wistful Wounding. Now we've got an adjacent friend. Empowering Command will give you back will give you back 3 of your cards. I like that. And then on the bottom we'll do Holy Strike. So we're again trying to move as quickly as possible. We can step out of this and leave. We need to move after if we're going to step away. Which would mean going slowly, which is not necessarily the worst thing, but... Or we stay put is the other option. So if we're going to stay put... Let's go quickly. Scatter Terror, Paralyzing Bite, and this is mostly to try and get a stun on him so he definitely dies. And then down here, without knowing what's spawning in, I mean it says Cultist Elite, but I don't know if I believe it. We know that there's a spawner under this as well, and they can show up in different places. I suppose we could move a little bit closer and try and do some dealing. Alternatively, we go really quick. Let's say syringe and vaccine. So what we're going to do is we're going to allow the stun to happen there instead. And we're going to use vaccine to kill this guy and get some other poisons out, most notably on the healer. Cultist Elite is going to detonate when he goes off. Well, actually, he's going to kill himself before that happens. So I guess the problem solved itself. Well, in that case, what are we going to do with... Where's the shaman? He's going to heal, so let's stun him. All attacks targeting us have disadvantage. There's no real point to this because enemies have all got disadvantage anyway. Okay, Sawbones. If you're doing a vaccine out there, yeah, we need to move closer if we're going to actually hit that guy. Or we could hit these two, but I don't feel like we're really going to fight these two much. Let's step up like this. And we'll get poison on the healer at least. And a wound on the other guy. That's quite nice to see. We can always use this to destroy the obstacle if we do need to swing across to the other side. Okay. Empowering, give you back Nightmare's Affliction because it's amazing. Creeping Curse and Fetid Flurry. And I don't really want to burn through our cards because we're already using some of them, but we're doing quite well. Skip the movement, stay where we are. Yeah, we need to put more curses out because they are getting through them a little. You know what? Let's use the... No, we won't use the ring for 3. We'll just take 3 damage. Okay, Soothsinger. I think the curses is probably more useful than the disarms. But the wounds is probably more useful. So let's do a disarm on those two. And you're in range for a wound. There is our next cultist elite. We don't have another on this side, so Sawbones. It's going to be your job to probably deal with them. I'd say move slowly. You're not going to make it across this turn. So hold back the pain, and prevention is key. That gives you some options. Down here, medical pack, wistful wounding. We'll do what we can. Do it the other way around so you go a little bit faster. Slap bang in the middle of everyone. Beacon of light and practical plans will just get a little bit of damage out. And over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are in range for 5. Potentially in range for 4 if we move a little bit. That's range 3. If you go really slowly and he moves up 1, 2. No, there's an obstacle there. he moves up 1. We might be able to... Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if we do Under the Skin and Nightmarish Affliction, we can make that work. But we'll purposefully go slow so we can see how things pan out. Okay, enemies are all doing lots of stuff. Bandits, Archer Elites are doing big hits. The Sunkeeper is not moving. Well, may as well get a plink out on someone it's going to affect. That's more than a plink. That's a solid, solid hit. And then there's the medical pack for what it is. That goes back to the Sawbones. I love the amount of shield that we've got. The retaliation is a nice touch. Okay, who is going to be most useful to take out? Probably this guy. You've not got any retaliation at the moment, actually. And the archers do a lot of damage. So I'm fine with that. Skip the movement. Bit of a hit on the Sawbones. It's not too bad. We could do some healing here. And seeing as you've moved closer, let's destroy this now. And we'll step across, so we're in a better position for next turn. We do still have the Bandit Archer Elite who's going to take a massive pop at us. But hopefully... yeah, we still need to move a little bit closer. Hopefully we'll be a bit better. We can come all the way down here and still hit 3 with the Nightmarish Affliction. Let's do that. An extra curse. Really pack them up. I love the curses so much. Hey, look. Right, we're definitely going to use one of our bombs. We need to go quickly. So Winged Congregation and Fetid Flurry. And that's going to be an attack 4, which we're going to use the Volatile Bomb. Or maybe the Unstable Explosives to get like a 3-way hit on. And that's going to curse them as well. I really like that. Long rest over on the Soothsinger. Precaution, amputate. We may choose to go this way, we may choose to go this way. And finally, I think it's going to be a long rest for the Sunkeeper. I'm just going to stand and tank for the turn. Living Bones is also going to stand and tank. Bandit Guard Elite is going to shield and retaliate, so that's fine. Cultist are going to summon Bones. I don't like that. So if we step in here, they could potentially both get Bones out. If he goes first and summons, that blocks that. Things to consider, things to consider. But I think getting damage on them is probably the most useful thing we can do. So Stefan, he's still going to follow this way if he has a choice of where to go. So skip the rest of the movement. That couldn't have gone better. That was amazing. We've still only got 2 down, but we have 2 on the field that are ripe for the picking. Okay, unstable explosives. If we rotate it like that, that's going to be very nice. Massive overkill on this guy. Probably would have been better to have it elsewhere. That's fine. We're going to step up and we're going to get in the way of our lovely Inox guard, just to protect the Sawbones a little bit. Because we do still have that ring that can tank. Bit painful. Just take the damage. And Soothsinger, we will lose Whisper Wounding at this point. Sunkeeper, we will lose Holy Strike. Still got plenty in the tank. Okay, Sawbones, I think it's going to be a short rest rather than a long rest. I think that's the smart choice. We can get a vaccine out on these 3. Let's redraw that. Yeah, we can lose Bloody Saw. So if we're doing a vaccine, we can do prevention is key to give ourselves a shield as well. That seems pretty smart. Echoing Aria is gonna put some shields out on these 2. And then Singing Arrow can get some cursing out on this section up here. So down here, Spread the Plague and Creeping Curse, both are going to be hits on this guy. And up at the top, Blessing isn't going to be particularly useful. I almost feel like we need to come back down in order to be able to use Empower and Command again. Because we need someone adjacent in order to benefit from it. But for right now, we don't need to go quickly. Let's do Dazzling Charge to get some healing out over here. And Practical Plans to get an attack nearby. Living Bones are going to shield and heal. Cultists are going to summon more guys. That's not good. But first things first. The curse. So 3 more curses out. And more shields. Sawbones. Vaccine on these. Hey, we got a stun on the cultist, and we are self-healing, and we did more damage. That was a great roll. Let's just tank up a little bit. Hell yeah. We do have another cultist up here. I've just seen them. They must have spawned in last turn. So he will die next turn. That's good. Don't like that poison, but we'll heal the poison up. But for right now, I would love it if we could get this all the way down here. If we increase our range and we make it a bomb, we can do that. He's already going to be able to summon more bones. So this just puts 3 curses out and 3 sets of poison in a really useful place. And we'll get a hit on you. All good. We're all fine. Get rid of your poison. And have a nice bless. And I think we're going to step in a little closer. Still going to be able to summon a skeleton, but it's going to be towards the back. This guy's going to just die because of the cultist suffering 2 damage. So he's effectively dead, which means we are halfway. And again, because he took no action, it did not happen. It's fine. We can still get him taken care of. Let's have a short rest. We'll use Paralyzing Bite, but that's fine because we're going to go quickly, and I think we're going to do a Nightmarish Affliction. No one's going to heal him before anything happens, so let's be sensible about this. We can do Accelerated End to kill him. Does that give us any other benefit? Not really. If we move up to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, he's in range of 4. Most of our stuff, though, it's targeted a bit differently. We can move to here safely. And then he's in range 3. So, yeah, let's say Scattered Terror, Nightmarish Affliction. That's going to move us up, kind of into the middle of everything, and we'll be fine there. Soothing Lullaby will let us get a little bit of healing out, and Throw Voice will let us get some disarms in somewhere useful, I'm sure. We'll use Precaution to give the medical pack over here, which means we need something worthwhile on the top. I'd love to be able to step in and do something with this guy, but I think we're just going to have to amputate skeleton. Don't like the two archers right next to us. That's potentially a lot of damage to come in. And up over here, mobilizing axiom is a big hit. How far are you moving? If we move you 3, you can get some cards back. The following turn, certainly. Yeah, I want this guy dead, but we don't have anything. I mean, I could short rest to vaccine him and then triage away. I don't feel that would be particularly helpful, so let's stick to what we've got. So mobilizing axiom is going to be a relatively strong hit, and lay on hands to just pass the time. Living bones are going to shield and heal, so amputate is not going to be useful at all. Unless we somehow get a stun on it. Which there's always a chance. Okay. The medical pack. It is not quite what I thought it was going to be. Still, better to have it on someone. What are these guys doing? Attack 3, that's not too bad. Soothsinger. I would love you to be close enough to get that disarm on, but we're going to have to do it up here. I think on those two. Shaman doing healing is going to be a bit annoying because it's going to clear the poison off this guy, but there is only the one. So let's have a look instead. The Guard Elite is going to do an attack for... Maybe he's better to hit with the... with the actual effective disarm. Yeah, because he's just going to heal up, so you are better to hit with the disarm. There's that healing we needed. Sunkeeper, give him a wallop and a curse. That's pretty good. You might be able to kill him next turn. There is nothing to loot, but we could... No, stay where you are. I was thinking we could potentially move away, but we don't want to do that. Killed him with the retaliate. It was enough. Ooh, you've come all the way around. That is actually really good for us. That means we can kill him next turn. Which is good, because we're not able to move. Ow. Even better, we can kill him this turn. Yeah, we need those extra curses out. So, Nightmarish Affliction. We won't kill this guy. Instead, let's focus on things that are going to benefit from the cursing. So we're going to step up to here, just for the moment. And we are going to hit you, because you're definitely going to end up cursed. I'll hit you because I want you poisoned more than anything. And you because you're a threat to this whole ecosystem down here. I would have taken the stun if I had a choice over those two. But we're at disadvantage, so that's obviously why. First damage in a while. To be fair, we do have poison on us. There's another cultist, so we're going to have to come back. But that's fine. So, Righteous Strength, Empower and Command. That will give you back some cards. Most notably, both of these. We can use Virulent Strain to just do... Accelerated End to do 2 damage to everyone who's poisoned. Which will kill you. It'll do some damage. It won't remove the poison. That's the big thing about it. So I quite like it. And if we do Virulent Strain and Accelerated End, we spread the poison first and then they take damage from it. I like that. Long Rest on the Soothsinger. And down here, we'll possibly do a bit of regenerative tissue on ourselves. And blood transfusion, so we've got other options just in case. Just in case anything walks close to us. Okay, nothing too noticeable. The poison coming in from the Bandit Guard elites is annoying, but we're already poisoned up here, so... Still not able to move. Those curses are definitely helping us out. I should think about getting rid of that poison at some point. Okay, Empowering Command. Have your favourite cards back. And shield up a bit more. Well, there goes the plan for the poison killing them. So, blood transfusion will definitely put him in the red. There we go. No one to heal with that, but going to heal ourselves up. That's at least fine. Okay, Virulent Strain. Spread that poison around. Didn't affect that many, but we're going to do a decent grip of damage with this. That's made things a bit easier over this side. Soothsinger. Let's lose Echoing Aria. Ooh. I like being able to shield. I like being able to heal. The disarm is potentially useful. The curse is very useful. Let's lose Throw Voice. We have another cultist down here. So we're up to 5 out of 8, and we have 2 targets down at the base, and we're almost like blocked off up here. We can definitely get next to one of these. Let's do everyone else first, though. I think I need to bring the Soothsinger across. Which means we will use Singing Arrow to do curses. And tuning the outcome to move and do another curse. That means the following turn we can do Echoing Aria and Soothing Lullaby to move quickly and get some help in place. You don't really have a choice. We want Nightmarish Affliction down here, but we need to move in far enough, which is under the skin. So that means you're going to be trying to live long enough to make some smart choices. Syringe and hold back the pain. You can potentially get a stun out, poison someone, and heal yourself. Cultists are summoning and suffering damage. So out of these two, they're going to shield and retaliate, so hitting them isn't helpful. So let's instead just stun this, well, step down next to this guy and punch him. I suppose we can heal ourselves and just get next to him so we're ready to punch him. There's enough space for them to summon no matter what, unless this guy summons there first, which I don't think is going to happen. Okay, Sunkeeper. Beacon of Light will get rid of our poison. Seeing as we're disarmed, we can't attack anyway. I suppose we could step down and grab a bit of gold. It does risk us not keeping all of this lot engaged, though. So stay where you are. Carry on the tank. Plagueherald we bring round here, and we have him hit these 3. That is not the route I thought he was going to go. I guess we're taking the damage. Oh, I suppose we could lose like Epidemic. Although that is a target too, and we've got 2 targets down here. Let's lose Wind Congregation. That was a big mistake on my part. Hit you. Oh, he's just out of range as well. Okay. All that retaliation damage. Yeah, that's about what I thought these guys were going to do. And we are definitely engaged up here now. So, Soothsinger, get your curses out. 2 is the most we're going to be able to manage no matter what. So we'll hit these 2. And we'll step down to just here. And get another curse out. Okay, it's got to be a short rest on the Sawbones. I don't like losing cards, but there's nothing we can really do about that. So we're going to syringe and we're going to amputate and try and hit this guy hard on the Plagueherald. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we've got anything that's range 4, Epidemic's range 2, so that's actually less useful. Or we just take the hit and move 1 space closer now. Let's do that. And we'll get Fetid Flurry out on the other guy, get him poisoned. Well, get him... No, Creeping Curse him this turn. Get him poisoned. Echoing Aria and Soothing Lullaby. So we've got the choice of either shielding or healing, depending on what we need. And up here, we're just going to do a long rest in the middle of everyone. Cultists are coming in to do cursing. Living Bones are doing nasty, nasty multiple attacks. So I think shielding is the smarter choice at this point. Yeah, step in. Get the hit on him. Sawbones. Right. This guy will die on his next turn. That will take us up to 6 out of 8. We have another one that has appeared, so all the ones we need to kill are on the board. Hi, and you've come down to say hello. How kind. And they're both in range of Epidemic now. We are getting hit with more curses, which obviously I don't like. I feel like we have a solid chance at this. I'm glad we put the extra shield on. I really am. retaliation kicking in. This is why we put the extra shield on. Okay, Sunkeeper, long rest. You have enough freedom to go and start picking up gold now, so let's get rid of lay on hands. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do the Sunkeeper first. So Beacon of Light would get a little bit of healing out. Tiny bit of healing. Really, I want Dazzling Charge. So that means we're going to have to move with practical plans and do Dazzling Charge next turn. Or we move to here. So we use Righteous Strength to move. We're going to move 4, not using the shield. We're going to take the damage of the trap, and we're going to do Dazzling Charge to put healing down here. This is our new plan. It's going to be a short rest on the Soothsinger. So what do we care about losing? I really want as many curses as possible. Echoing Aria we need, so yeah. Burn this for now. This turn is going to be Echoing Aria and tuning the outcome, and then we will do a long rest. We can do Fetid Flurry and Spread the Plague and get 2 good hits out. Getting a vaccine out is not going to be particularly helpful. So blood transfusion allows us to attack on the bottom. Precaution gives us a little bit of time. Let's try it. Okay, cultists are preparing to die. Everyone else is doing nasty shenanigans. So let's get the shield out. Let's get the teeny bit bless out. Probably should have stabbed, actually. We're going to hit you. That's a nice hit. So, is it worth it? We've got a reasonable amount of shield. Let's just try and finish him off. Better to burn a curse on that than a bigger hit. That is a long range and long curses. Lucky there. So many curses coming out. Right, come tank the damage. Get the healing down here because we cannot afford for him to fall over. May as well drink our healing potion for ourselves. Okay, Plagueherald. He's going to die in 2 turns. This is the bigger threat. Even though we are at a disadvantage with this, it is much better for us to just try and focus fire him down. This is so nuts how hard this combat has been. And this might be the dream team for this combat. That was lucky, that wasn't even a curse. It was just a regular times 0. Okay. You just need a little tickle. And we just need a little bit of healing. Or a bit of escape. So let's say vaccine and triage with the potential to run away into the corner. Down here, I think if we do a short rest, we can still do something worthwhile. Let's keep echoing Aria, so redraw. So echoing Aria and soothing lullaby, and we'll have a stab. Beacon of Light, try and get as much healing as possible out. And short rest for the Plagueherald. I think we want Epidemic for these two. We want Scattered Terror and Epidemic and try and go as quickly as we can. So, bit of shielding for everyone who's still in the area. And a bit of fist bumping. Pretty nice stun. Certainly not going to be sad about that. Hit you too. 1 dead. 2 dead. Soothsinger needs to live through this turn, but that is the only stipulation we have. So, we can step in here and potentially tank all of this. I don't think we're going to be able to reach any of the gold, as much as I would love to. Okay, potentially the Sunkeeper can kill this guy if, well, we don't have enough oomph in the tank to do it. If we got really lucky with the roll. It was almost enough. And yeah, we've got no worthwhile movement to do there. Sawbones, well done, mate. You have lived. Before you go running off anywhere, is there anyone we can kill that will give us a benefit? I don't think there is. So we'll just get a friendly vaccine out on these two. And then we'll go sit in the corner for safety. I think this is going to be the first mission where we've not picked up any gold at all. And given the length of it, it is quite a surprise. But that is a victory. Your weapon connects with the cultist, knocking him bleeding to the floor. Immediately, all other inmates stop fighting and turn their weapons on themselves. You're really so easily fooled. The cultist on the floor is alive and ecstatic. After years of planning, our collective deaths completed this ritual. Years of planning. You finally unleashed the horror yourselves. It's glor. You finish him off before he can finish his sentence. Behind you, the Sawbones holds up a letter he's discovered on one of the Inox warriors. Luckily, the Sawbones also found the keys to the door. You leave before you have to explain yourselves to the nuns. Well, technically we got two bits done, so that's quite a surprise. The Sunkeeper managed to do 95 damage because of all the retaliation. Plagueherald is definitely a good choice to bring along to this mission. And that is quest complete, which gives us a perk. Well, that was odd. Ritual suicide by mercenary definitely isn't something we've seen before. There's more. According to the Inox's letter, Red Talons invited his tribe to help them complete the ritual to level the Saltmarsh Flats in an effort to cripple the healing magic of Demon's Gate. Wait, isn't that the School of the Great Oaks whole deal? Why target the Saltmarsh Flats? Saltmarsh Flats is home to the school's best healers, including your Sawbones. Our healers even secretly keep all their ancient texts in the village hall. In case an accident at the school. Things just got serious quickly. We should protect the city. Indeed we should. So, the Soothsinger gained a level during that. Sawbones got a perk, so we'll put that in right now. I think we're gonna push for bloodletting, because I do like the wounds. And having more wounds in there is going to be handy. And then afterwards we're going to start pushing for heighten and nags, or maybe we could just do dust now actually, because that's going to concentrate all the ones that we've already got, so these will start coming out more frequently. I think that is a smarter choice. Okay, well, Soothsinger, you have a level up, but we've also got something over at the trainer. Hey, the Sawbones wins 10 scenarios where no allies exhaust. That gives us another perk for the Sawbones. So at this point, going for the heighten or the knack. I think the knack is more useful. In this particular situation, because this can end up tying up with any of the others, including the ×0 or the -2 and the -1, but on the majority of draws it's going to be beneficial. Soothsinger, let's have a look at my notes for your level up. So this is going to be level 6 that you're hitting, which is going to be Provoke Terror. So we've got Pull the Strings. At the beginning of each of your turns, you may force an enemy within range 5 to perform a move 2. This is really quite useful. And on the bottom, force an enemy within range 5 to perform attack. It's a good card. We're at the point now where we're starting to get really, really good cards. But a radius stun at range 4 and a decent attack on the bottom. This is a lovely card. And I think we should get rid of Wistful Wounding now. In fact, Wistful Wounding is probably going to be in our final setup. Let's get rid of Disarm. And instead we'll have Provoke Terror. No, we do want that in our final setup. Defensive Ditty goes. There we go. I think the Soothsinger is one that we're really going to consider constantly swapping and changing different abilities. I do want defensive ditty in there so we can do the Tinkerer's one. So temporarily we'll get rid of Wistful Wounding. But Wistful Wounding, defensive ditty, these are ones that are going to be in like the permanent Swap-a-Rooney setup, I'd say. There's only 2 more cards that I actually want, level 8 and level 9 for the Soothsinger. So whatever comes out at level 7, it's not really going to matter to us. Okay, now I think adding more curses in is going to be entirely beneficial. Next time we'll do the +3 muddle, and then after that we'll do the +2 poison. But yeah, this has gone very, very well. We do have another Sawbones quest that we can do now, because that was the earlier mission for them, even though it was really, really difficult. So we might stick with the same team to do that, but that's going to have to be next time because we're unfortunately out of time for today. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster. See you soon.